You know that feeling when you move into a new place and you're so excited to tell your friends about it? Well, what if those friends are German speaking? Today, we're going to gear you up with the perfect adjectives to describe your home in German so you can share all that excitement. So picture this. A friend in Germany asks you, Wie ist deine neue Wohnung? How is your new apartment? By the time we're done here, you are going to have everything you need to answer that question like a pro. To give a great answer, you just need the right tools in your toolbox. And in this case, those tools are words. So let's dive right in and learn them. Okay, let's start with our first section, Wörter zum Wohnen, which basically means words for living. We're going to cover some of the most common, most useful adjectives you'll need right off the bat. First up, let's talk about money. If something costs a lot, it's teuer. That means expensive. And the opposite? That's billig, which means cheap. Teuer and billig. Got it. Next, how about the light in a room? If it's full of sunshine, you'd say it's hellbright. But if it's kind of gloomy or doesn't have much light, you'd call it dunkel, dark. All right, now for appearances. This is a big one. If you absolutely love how something looks, you can say it's schön. That means beautiful. But if you really don't like it, the word is hässlich, which means ugly. And finally, let's cover size. Super simple. We've got groß for big, and for small we have klein. These two are absolute essentials. You're going to use them all the time. Okay, so we've got the words, now what? Let's put them to work and see how to build some simple sentences. This is where it all starts to click and you can really start describing things. Look how easy this is. Die Wohnung ist sehr teuer. The apartment is very expensive. The adjective teuer just pops in right after the verb ist. So simple, right? Now here's a perfect example of cause and effect. Mein Zimmer hat keine Fenster. My room has no windows. So, what's the result? Es ist dunkel. It is dark. See how that just makes sense? And remember, these adjectives aren't just for apartments. They're super versatile. You could say, Dein neues Kleid ist wirklich schön. Your new dress is really beautiful. That same word, schön, works perfectly here. I love this sentence structure. It's a great way to practice those opposites we learned. Meine Tasse ist nicht groß. My cup is not big. Sie ist klein. It is small. Using nicht to say what something isn't is a really smart way to communicate. And hey, don't be afraid to pile on the adjectives. You're not limited to just one. Here, the sofa isn't just alt, which is old, it's also hässlich. You just connect them with und, which means and. Easy. So theory is great, but let's see these words out in the wild. We're going to listen in on a chat between two friends, Anna and Ben, to see how all this sounds in a real, natural conversation. And there it is, the big question we've been getting ready for. Anna asks, Wie ist deine neue Wohnung? Let's see how Ben does. Ben gives a really good, balanced answer here. He says, Sie ist schön, aber ein bisschen klein. It's beautiful, but a bit small. See how he uses aber, which means but, to connect those two different ideas? Anna's curious for more, so she asks a really simple question to get more info. Ist sie hell? Is it bright? A quick yes or no question is a great way to keep the conversation flowing. And this is a brilliant response. Ben gives way more detail. Ja, das Wohnzimmer ist sehr hell, aber das Schlafzimmer ist dunkel. Yes, the living room is very bright, but the bedroom is dark. Perfect use of contrast. Of course, Anna has to ask about the price. It's the question on everybody's mind, right? She asks, Und ist die Wohnung teuer? And is the apartment expensive? And it's good news for Ben. He gets to say, Nein, sie ist ziemlich billig. No, it's quite cheap. You can just tell he's happy with the deal he got. Anna's reaction wraps it all up perfectly. Das ist doch toll. That's great. And just like that, they've had a complete, successful conversation using the very words we just learned. See, you can totally do this too. So let's wrap this up. What's the big takeaway here? Let's quickly go over the most important stuff so it really sticks. Okay, the most important thing is to remember these pairs of opposites. Honestly, if you can get these down, you're well on your way to describing pretty much any home any room or any piece of furniture in German. You might want to keep this slide handy for practice. And now the spotlight is on you. Using the words we've learned today, how would you answer? How is your apartment? Go on, try saying it out loud right now. The more you practice, the more natural it'll feel. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.